What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time here. I've been talking about the digital currency that they want to put in place, the centralized digital currency, for over a year now. And we're moving closer and closer to that every day, and it's coming very, very quickly. And that's one of the main reasons that they're doing everything they're doing now as far as the economy goes and the U.S. currency, because they want to crash that dollar. They want to have economic collapse. They want to have hyperinflation. That way they can bring in this new centralized digital currency that they have full control over. And more people's talking about this and providing needed information about this, because unfortunately, in my opinion, it doesn't matter who all knows, who agrees, who disagrees. They're doing this. They're pulling the trigger on this. It's going to happen, no matter if we like it or not. There's going to be a dollar crash. There's going to be a centralized digital currency. And they want that so they can track everything you buy, everything you sell, every dollar you have. They want to be able to track that. They want to know where you spent that. They want to be able to have this social credit score system wherein that if you don't obey, if you say something on social media that they don't like, they can lock your funds up. If they think you're getting too fat and you're eating too much sweets, they can take that digital currency and program yours where you can't buy junk food. If you think you're drinking too much alcohol, they can fix that where you can't buy alcohol. Total full control. Complete takeaway of any privacy, any financial privacy. It's a big, humongous power grab. They're planning this, and unfortunately it's coming. It doesn't matter what we think about it or what we do, it's coming. They have it in motion, and it's happening. It's going to be a difficult transition, and as preppers, we have to try to figure out how we're going to make it. How are we going to buy and sell? How are we going to have any privacy whatsoever, any financial privacy whatsoever? And it's going to be extremely difficult. This article here that I was reading this morning, Countdown to U.S. Government Default. I'll link this article in the description box below. You can check it out. It's a great article, and it goes into great detail about what's going on, about what the centralized digital currency is, and goes into a lot more detail than I will here in this video. At the moment, roughly 90 central banks, including the European central banks and the Federal Reserve, are either experimenting with or in various stages of CBDC implementation. Moreover, these CBDC-friendly central banks include all G20 economies, and together represent more than 90% of the global GDP. What's important to understand is that the adoption of a CBDC in your country of residence will accompany the abolishment of cash. This would be for your own good, of course, just like everything else is always for your own good, to eliminate nefarious transactions and black markets. If you value financial privacy and the liberty to spend your money as you please, in the rapidly approaching rollout of CBDCs is a major red flag. It will give central planners complete oversight and control over your finances. You see, under a CBDC regime free of cash, all your transactions will be subject to government surveillance. All remnants of financial freedom, privacy, and amenity would be destroyed. But that's not all. CBDCs would allow central control freak, power-mad central planners to do much more than spy and surveil your financial transactions. CBDCs will allow them to control how and when you spend your money. We talked about this before. I'll link the article in the box below. You can check the whole article out. It's a great article, like I said, guys. But this right now is a huge power grab. And a lot of the things we've been seeing happening here recently is about implementing this digital currency. It's not going to be like, Bitcoin or Pirate Chain or something like that. It's going to be controlled, centralized, government, Federal Reserve controlled currency. And it's their way of taking full, complete power. It's all part of the Great Reset. There's many facets of this, and depopulation is definitely one of those facets of this. Control of the food, control of the currency. They want to control everything, and they want this implemented by 2030. And unfortunately, this is one of the most difficult most difficult scenarios to try to prepare for and to survive, because you have the whole world, all the power structure of the world against you. It seems against us, against any freedom, because they will take the freedom away. They are control freaks. They want full, complete power. And the Great Reset is about control. It's about power. They want to control the population, how many people there is. They want depopulation, because fewer people are easier to control. They want to progress their transhumanist agenda. They want to go green. They want to control, like I said, cash. They want to control the food. They want to control everything. They want the whole Great Reset agenda is about full, complete control. And we have the governments of the world all falling in place. We have everything stacked against us right now. It's going to be extremely difficult to survive, unfortunately. The best we can do is to pray, to prepare as best we can, and to get ready, because it's coming. The Great Reset, as they want to call it, should be called the Great Power Takeover of the world. It's coming. And you're going to learn how, we are going to learn how to survive and to find some freedom and some privacy in this system that they're creating. And unfortunately, it's going to be extremely difficult. I don't know, guys. It is. Oh man, I don't know. When you think about this and everything they're trying to implement, and how difficult it's going to be to actually survive through this, and to make plans, and to actually have some privacy, and actually be able to feed yourself, and to stay out of this system, it's going to be extremely difficult. And I think that there'll be a huge black market spring up. There's usually always ways around everything they try to implement. There'll be a huge black market. It'll be more of a barter market. And they might be able to use, other cryptocurrencies that aren't centrally controlled, like Bitcoin, for example, and pirate chain and things like that, to buy and sell that are away from government's prying eyes. But I'm sure, that the governments in the world are going to try to stop that any way they can. So it remains to be seen what they can do, what we can do. We just have to prepare right now by becoming self-reliant as we possibly can. Try to get out of debt if you can. Stockpile food, medications, ammunition, firearms, magazines, tools, everything you can do to become more self-reliant is a huge plus. And then try to see how things are turning out, how things are working, how things are going, and try to make plans to get around some of the things that they're coming up with. But anyways, guys, let's take in the comments below. Do you think that they're going to get this? Do you think the Great Reset is going to happen? Or do you think that it will be stopped? I don't know what you think in the comments below. You know what you think, guys? I like the article I was talking about in the description box below also. Thanks for watching. I'm the Creekmore out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.